Joining us now, Crowdstrike co-founder, president, and CEO George Kurtz. George, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So why is this such a ripe opportunity for hackers? Is it because they're hacking the cloud storage companies, the tech companies, or just because we're all using our devices so much we might miss their approaches and fall for it directly ourselves?
Well, when you think about this particular pandemic, it is worldwide, and I've never seen a topic that has so much interest. If you think about where we are today, anything related to COVID is almost guaranteed to be open, right? If you aren't following good practices. So we've seen lures that talk about testing kits. We've seen lure emails that talk about the CARES Act and getting money. We've seen even educating users at home, targeting home users. So it's a universal topic that's going to get a lot of attention, which makes it a really juicy target for the bad guys.
What are the key things that you help your clients do to prevent against hacks? Are you helping the tech firms, or are you helping individuals like us?
Well, it's mostly focused on large businesses all the way down to small SMBs. We don't really focus on the consumer today, although our technology will work in that environment. But what we've really tried to do is to focus on the outcome, stopping the breach, and leveraging the Falcon platform that we've built, which is equivalent to the Salesforce of security. It's using AI and machine learning to identify and prevent threats that have never been seen before, to prevent these adversary groups, whether it's nation state or e-crime groups, from doing what they do really well, which is getting into these systems and causing havoc.
So what kind of boost, George, have you seen in spending from your clients as a result of work from home and all the threats that come with it?
Well, in March, it was just the fog of war. Everyone was trying to get people up and running and working from home. And I actually talked to a CIO, and I asked him about his digital transformation roadmap, and he said he executed it in one night in March. So I think when we look at work from home, it's really work from anywhere, and it isn't just about working from home, and it's a more long-term sustainable trend that's tied to digital transformation. So you have, a lot of our customers are obviously up and running remotely. Our cloud solution works perfect for that. Instead of a legacy solution, it's off, connects to the cloud, and you're up and running very easy. But we see this as a more sustainable trend, because what we do know is that people are not going to work in the same way that they have in the past. I believe there'll be a hybrid environment. Some people will go in the office, other people won't. You'll have pods of offices. You'll have many people working from home and only going into the office one day a week. I don't think it's everyone back to the office, and I don't think it's everyone not in the office. I do think it's going to be a hybrid model, and that's going to need protection, right? And when you think about the cloud providers, as people transform their legacy IT infrastructure into cloud providers like Amazon and others, they're going to need protection, and we're there protecting those workloads as well.
George, do you think that the U.S. is prepared for the election, or do you think there'll be the same levels of questions about if there's been hacking going on and outside influence?
Well, certainly election security is always going to be important, not only here but around the world. And I think what we've seen in the past at least has given folks a view to what can happen again, and how can they take better measures to protect themselves. Obviously, we have a lot of customers that are using our Falcon technology to be able to protect their environments, particularly folks that are involved in these campaigns, et cetera. And we just need to be vigilant across the board, because the adversary is going to continue to come after juicy targets and wreak havoc.
A lot of these security stocks, your competitors have also rallied. Palo Alto up big, Zscaler. What's the difference? Are you guys all chasing the same kind of business?
Well, we focus on endpoint. If you look at someone like Palo Alto, they focus on network, and Zscaler is actually a great partner of CrowdStrike, which is focused on transforming a lot of the legacy technologies on the network side and doing it in a more cloud-native approach. And we integrate well with them. So, everyone has their focus. And I think what we've been able to do is really capture the mind share and the hearts and minds of customers in protecting their desktops, their servers, and their cloud workloads. And that takes a lot of focus. And we want to be the best endpoint company on the planet. And we've really pioneered this cloud-delivered, cloud-native first approach in protecting all of these workloads and endpoints from the cloud using things like machine learning and AI.
As we're speaking, George, bit of a question on whether certain high-profile people have been hacked on Twitter. Elon Musk is tweeting something that appears to be a hack though you never know. Warren Buffett as well. How vulnerable are these high-profile social media accounts? I think of President Trump, who tweets a lot and hasn't certainly been a victim yet, but clearly that's always out there.
Well, when you look at these high-profile media accounts, in many cases, not all, the person behind them isn't always doing the tweeting. So you have the sharing of credentials. And whenever you have the sharing of credentials, exponentially your attack surface goes up. If a staffer, gets their computer compromised, it's very easy to capture those keystrokes and get that password, even if it's a complex password. So a lot of times that's what we find is it's a shared password between many people because the person who is very famous isn't necessarily always doing the tweeting.